I now have the great pleasure and personal privilege of introducing our commencement speaker, Mr. Michael Landolt. Michael Landolt joined Merrill Lynch in 2006 and was appointed Senior Vice President in 2014. In this role, his responsibilities include assisting clients in achieving their goals through financial and estate planning. However, he arrived in Clear Lake in 1983 with the goal of becoming an astronaut and benefiting our space program. He spent several years in astronaut simulation for the Johnson Space Center to help predict the long-term effects of spaceflight on humans. During this time, he also enrolled at UH Clear Lake to pursue his accounting degree. In 1985, he graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in accounting and became a licensed certified public accountant. He spent 16 years in the oil and gas industry as an internal auditor and as a natural gas trader for a Fortune 500 company before entering the field of financial planning. An ardent civic leader and volunteer, Mr. Landolt served the city of Seabrook, Texas as a city councilman and as city treasurer, as well as helped establish the city's 2 economic development commissions in 1990. He is a founding director and former treasurer of the Evelyn Metter Library in Seabrook, where he also currently serves on the board. He has been on the Harris County Public Library System Board of Directors since 2009 and spent 4 years on the board of the Clear Lake Emergency Medical Corporation. For the last 8 years, he has served as chairman of the board of directors of the nonprofit Lunar Rendezvous Festival, which celebrates its 50th anniversary this year. He's a longtime corporate sponsor of the festival. In 1998, was king of the festival. He was also honored by the Bay Area Turning Point as a 2006 Men and Women of Heart honoree for his volunteer service to our community, and is one of the 2010 Renaissance Men by the Arts Alliance Center at Clear Lake. In 2007, Mr. Landolt and his wife Ann were honored by Boys and Girls Harbor with the Good Skipper Award in recognition of their support for children. He and his wife have a long history of support for UHCL. In 1993, they established the M.L. Wismer Scholarship Endowment in honor of his wife's father, which assisted 11 students this year and has awarded more than 135 scholarships since its inception. They also helped establish the Distinguished Alumni Scholarship Endowment, the Lunar Rendezvous Festival Scholarship Endowment, and the Betty Leibfried Endowment, and have supported numerous other university initiatives, including the Model Arab League Student Group and the Liberty Bell Project. He was a recipient of the UHCL President's Cabinet Award in 2000, and he and his wife Ann are members of the Newman Society and the President's Cabinet. A lifetime member and volunteer of the UHCL Alumni Association, he was recognized as a UHCL Distinguished Alumnus in 2008, joining his wife, who was inducted as a UHCL Distinguished Alumna in 1993. We often say we want our students to have success in their chosen career and also understand what it means to give back to the broader community. Very simply, Mr. Landolt typifies that in every sense of the word. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our commencement speaker, Mr. Michael Landolt.
Thank you. I am honored to be here today to share in this great accomplishment with President Dr. Staples, Provost Dr. Stockman, regents, deans, faculty, family, and friends, and most importantly, the class of 2015. Let's have a big round of applause for the graduates of 2015. In 1985, I was sitting right where you are at my graduation from University of Houston, Clear Lake, thinking, when is this thing going to be over? It's time to celebrate, and if you bear with me, we will get through this together. I received my Bachelor's of Science in Accounting, and I'm now Senior Vice President and one of the top producers in the greater Houston region. Getting to this point in my career was not easy, but every bit worth it. I moved to Clear Lake in '83 from a rural town of 650 people in Illinois. So it doesn't matter where you grow up, how you grow up, or what your background was, you can succeed anywhere. For me, it was the hopes of becoming an astronaut. After applying and learning that there was 120 candidates in front of me, and I was most likely not to become an astronaut, I felt defeated in a way, but still I was going to make a contribution to the space program some way. Later that week, I'd made an appointment with the University of Houston-Clear Lake to see about finishing my degree. I remember walking down the long hallway from the parking lot in the rear of the university, and on the wall there were these letters said job postings. There was a multitude of 3x5 index cards, and one said astronaut simulation. So I applied, and I was able to make my contribution to the space program through that employment. I tell you this story because I want you to follow your dreams. Persist in what you want to accomplish. Go after it. You may not know when it will happen, and you may not know what it will look like, but it is rewarding to accomplish what you have set out to achieve. Back to my comments about finishing school. I had dropped out of college after 3 years. I was working full-time and going to school, and committed to myself that I would maintain a B average. I had to withdraw from intermediate accounting, and hence I dropped out of school for the next 7 years and stayed working full-time. To let you know, after 7 years, any classes that you have taken for your degree and haven't finished your degree, they will go to the wayside. What a great motivator. I tell you the story because life is not always conventional. It was my dream, and I was going to finish it. During the time I worked at NASA, I enrolled at University of Houston-Clear Lake and found my actual calling in the financial world and was able to follow my dream of being a CPA. It was during school I met a professor that I inspired to be like. A person who could talk to me what I was feeling and what I wanted to be. Someone who gave sound advice but did not judge. A true mentor. A person who I may not see but from time to time, but were able to catch up in life within a short period of time. Dr. Don Kyle was my mentor. The thing about Dr. Kyle is he questioned me in a way that concluded in myself answering my own questions. He changed my life and others as well. Dr. Kyle passed away last year. He will be missed, but what he taught me will live on. Today I find myself using that ability to help others. So in life, take time to reach out and to help others to change their lives for the better. After graduation, I started my career with Pennzoil Company as an internal auditor and quickly became an accountant. I have another professor to thank for preparing me for the CPA exam, and that is Joan Bruno. Incidentally, the class that I withdrew from is the class that I later excelled in. I never will be able to thank University of Houston-Clear Lake enough for my education. I spent the next 16 years in the oil and gas business, and in 2003 I felt ready to step into my dream job and entered the financial service world. And in 2006 I went to work for Merrill Lynch. I worked hard to propel myself up to the ranks to senior vice president. And today, I would like to share with some of the lessons that I've learned through the years in hopes to propel you into your future. Today, you stand at the precipice of your dreams. Whether this is the first step in your educational career or your last, this is the moment when you have completed something tangible, something that no one can take away from you. Today, you will receive the honor and distinction of a University of Houston-Clear Lake graduate. The million-dollar question is, now what? Like you, I sat on graduation day filled with excitement and relief. But what my peers and I had never talked about was so familiar with us was school. Now we were going to step into the unknown, just as you are. The mix of all the emotions can be helpful and be a helpful driving force. Use them to propel you into the dream job that you have been working so hard to get to. Apply the same determination in job searching as you did in completing a final exam. Remember, it requires diligence, perseverance, and patience. Being a graduate means that you will be asked to step outside your comfort zone. You will be asked to do things that you've never done before. It is important to remain true to yourself in these situations. Sometimes this means that you'll have to reflect on your morals and make decisions based on what you believe to be right or wrong. Remember, the small decisions you make today can and will impact who you are tomorrow. Each course was a stepping stone to receive your diploma today. So is each and every decision you make a stepping stone to the future character you are. Make sound choices that will elicit the person you will become. For me, that meant I asked myself, how would my decision look on the front page of the paper? Will I be proud to stand next to this choice, even under the microscope of the public eye? Your character is paramount to your success. As you embrace the next chapter of your life, I challenge each of you to remember where you came from. Remember the faculty that impacted you along the way. Remember peers that cheered you along through the long nights of term papers and finals. Remember the university that assisted you every step of the way, working side by side with you to develop and accomplish the goals that will bring your dreams to fruition. If knowledge is power, then you all are now equipped with a great deal of power. The power to influence, the power to lead, the power to rise above and exceed your wildest dreams. However, with great power comes great responsibility. I implore each of you to give back to the university. No, I think you should make it an obligation as a graduate to give back to the university. Some of you won't be able to right away, but do so as soon as you can. Don't just walk across this stage today and log this moment as the end of your involvement, as a task completed. Be a part of the University of Houston Clear Lake alumni. As you graduate today, know that you are now able to influence those around you. Encourage others, if you have been, to pursue their higher education. Be active in your community and help to build those around you. Follow what you are passionate about. For my wife and I, it was scholarships of higher education. So we waited till we could establish an endowment at the university and went on to help establish 3 others. Till we were able to establish an endowment, we got involved with an organization that raised money for scholarships and other community charities. We volunteered and made friends with the Lunar Rendezvous Festival, an organization, as Dr. Staples said, will celebrate its 50th year of giving back to the community. An organization that gives college scholarships to graduating seniors. So whatever you are passionate about, get involved and help others. I want to share with you still to this day, it brings tears to our eyes, my wife and I, to meet the scholarship recipients, to hear the challenges they faced, like you did, and to hear how they overcame them to get where you are today. It is so rewarding, I can't describe it. You are now responsible to use your power for the good of the people. Do not be afraid. Do not doubt yourself. Be fervent and accountable. And finally, remember that no matter what your path you choose in life, you will face obstacles. You will want to quit. You will want to find yourself, or you will find yourself lost and confused. This is a time to grow. Embrace these moments. Don't give in to self-doubt. Keep moving forward. Seek the help of those around you. We are not meant to fight the fights alone. Don't be afraid of failure. Learning from your mistakes is never a failure. What will separate you from the rest will be your drive and determination when times come unbearable. My advice to you as you trudge this happy road to your destiny is to embrace the trials you face. Learn a lesson to be taken away from them and apply these lessons to help yourself grow no matter what stage of life you are in. Remember that anything worth doing is worth doing right. You will become our next political and business leaders, CEOs, scientists, business owners, professors, or whatever you are best at. Use your knowledge, persistence, and patience that made you the graduates you are today. Congratulations, 2015 graduates. Good luck as you achieve your dreams.
Thank you, Mr. Landolt, for joining us today and delivering our commencement address. Thanks also to you and your wife, Ann, for all you've done for the University of Houston Clear Lake and our students.